I covered the costs for my brother and his wife's romantic getaway after their wedding and paid for half a year of their housing, yet they excluded me from their newborn celebration. His wife was blunt. "I don't want you here, goodbye." I was livid, though deep down I should have seen it coming. Jason was never one to put me first, but I didn't expect this level of betrayal, especially after all I'd done. It started when he married Linda. They were scraping by, barely able to afford a simple ceremony, let alone a getaway. He never outright asked for help, but his hints were obvious, waiting for me to step in. So I did. I funded their entire trip, no expectations, no strings, just a gesture to see my younger brother happy. Then came the housing struggle. Linda was expecting, and staying with her parents was suffocating. She craved her own space, security, independence. But Jason's income couldn't cover it, and Linda wasn't employed. One evening he called, voice unsteady, mentioning a big move and needing temporary support. The hint was clear. I paid their rent for 6 months. I kept it quiet, not telling our parents or even my partner. I wasn't seeking recognition. I just wanted Jason to be okay. Then my mom texted, buzzing about decorations and plans for a family baby shower. It was news to me. I checked my messages, nothing from Jason or Linda. An oversight maybe? I texted him. "Hey, when's the baby shower?" "No invite here." His response was instant, like he'd been ready. "Actually, Linda doesn't want you there. Goodbye." No reasoning, no pause, just a cold rejection, as if I hadn't kept them financially stable, as if I hadn't secured the home Linda wanted while Jason played family man. I called voicemail. Again, same. I sat stunned until reality sank in. I checked Jason's social media. Linda had posted a rant about selfish relatives who never step up, praising Jason for his tireless work while others squander wealth. The irony was overwhelming. I was the reason they weren't broke. The reason they had their own place, yet she painted me as the villain. Her friends chimed in. "Some people don't get family. You're better off without them." One even took a shot. "Bet it's Jason's brother." What a deadbeat. I shut off my phone, not angry, not hurt, just done. But Jason and Linda weren't finished. They called repeatedly. By the 4th try, I picked up, curious. No pleasantries, just demands. They needed cash again. Linda had quit her job, the baby was here, rent was late. He sounded desperate, cornered. I let him ramble, waiting for any acknowledgement of their betrayal. Nothing, no remorse, just entitlement. I said no. He chuckled like it was a joke. "It's not a big deal for you, just a few months' rent, like before." I reminded him before was supposed to be temporary too. His tone hardened, then turned bitter. "You're selfish, you've got it easy. Linda thinks you're toxic." I snapped. "Does she hate my money too?" Silence, then pleading, "I'll pay you back." I hung up. Hours later, my mom called, acting casual. "Come over for dinner." I passed. She sighed. "Jason told me everything." I nearly laughed. "Everything?" She echoed his lies. I was bitter, petty, refusing to help over small drama. I asked if Jason mentioned the 6 months' rent. Silence, then a faint, "What?" As I explained their hypocrisy, a notification pinged. "Jason, you're turning mom against me? You're a selfish jerk." I laughed, seeing the truth clearly. Jason never saw me as family, just a resource. The next morning, my dad texted, "Call me." I knew the routine. Jason's sob story, Linda's theatrics. Dad got to the point. "What's going on with you two?" I laid it out. The getaway, the rent, the social media post, the baby shower snub. Dad's response, "Your mom's upset." Not Jason's wrong, just mom's upset. I asked if he was upset. A pause. "I don't get why you won't help your brother." I laughed. "Did Jason mention the 6 months' rent?" Silence, then. You know how Jason is. He hates asking for help. The denial was astounding. Jason always asked for help. His life was a loop of poor choices and bailouts. I told Dad I was done funding their lives. His reply, "One day you'll need family. Hope Jason doesn't ditch you like you're ditching him." That's when it clicked. My parents had enabled Jason forever. I was through. Then Linda showed up at my place uninvited. "We need to talk." I brushed past her. She grabbed my arm. "We're losing the apartment. Just help us a bit more. No regret, just demands." I asked if they'd valued me while trashing me online. She deflected. "Family sticks together." I shot back like Jason did for me. Her facade cracked. "Fine, keep your money, rot alone." 3 days later, my landlord called. Someone tried to cancel my lease, posing as me. Linda's work. I confronted Jason, no response. Texted, "Nice try, stay out of my life." Then Mom showed up at my workplace. Jason and Linda moved in with us. "The baby needs stability. Help." I refused, not my burden. That night my bank account was locked. Fraud alert. Someone tried resetting my password. Jason's error. He couldn't answer the security question. "What was your last big purchase?" The bank stopped him. I stormed to my parents' house. Jason fumbled denials until I threatened to call the bank's fraud team. He broke. I was going to pay it back. Linda sneered, "You're blowing this out of proportion." Dad finally saw the reality. I left, cutting contact for good. A week later, Mom texted, "Jason and Linda are gone. We're done helping them." I didn't respond. For months after, I heard nothing from Jason, Linda, or my parents. The quiet was a relief. No more manipulation, no more demands. I focused on my career, my life, and the calm that came with boundaries. but Jason and Linda didn't vanish quietly. One evening, scrolling online, a mutual friend's post caught my eye. A fundraiser, support a struggling young family. The image showed Jason and Linda, their baby in her arms, outside a rundown building. The caption described their hardships after sudden setbacks and family betrayal. My blood boiled. Comments overflowed with sympathy. People can be so heartless. No one deserves this. And my favorite, family should always come first. I clicked the fundraiser page. Their goal was $20,000 for overdue rent, medical costs, and a new beginning. The irony was choking. I sent a screenshot to my dad with one line, "Still think I'm the selfish one?" No reply. A week later, my cousin Mia called. "Did you see Jason's interview?" I hadn't. She sent a link to a local news segment. Local couple shares tale of perseverance after family abandonment. There they were on screen, casting me as the villain. Linda Teary claimed I'd cut them off over a minor spat, while Jason shook his head, saying, "Some people choose money over family." The reporter didn't probe, just nodded. I was furious but refused to engage. Then the emails began. Strangers, moved by their heartbreaking story, sent hateful messages. "How could you? That baby's innocent." One threatened to expose me online. I blocked them all, but the harassment escalated. Someone posted my workplace address in the fundraiser comments, urging people to confront me. I called my parents, demanding they clear my name. Mom answered, her voice tired. "They're just trying to survive," she said. "You could stop this by helping." I hung up. Their denial was unshakable. The breaking point came when my boss pulled me aside. "We've had complaints," he said, handing me a printed email. It accused me of financial abuse and neglecting my parents, who were perfectly fine. The email was anonymous, but Linda's style was unmistakable. "I don't want drama here," my boss warned. "Sort it out." I did. I got a lawyer. My attorney sent cease and desist letters to Jason, Linda, and the news station. The fundraiser disappeared overnight. The station pulled the segment with a vague content review. The email stopped. Then a voicemail from Jason. "You win, we're done. No apology, just defeat." A year later, Mia said they'd moved out of state, leaning on Linda's distant relatives. Mom and Dad never spoke of them again. I don't know if they ever saw the cost of their actions, but I learned mine. Some families are bonds, others are chains. Years passed, life stabilized. I rebuilt stronger, wiser, with firm boundaries. My career flourished, my friendships deepened. I found love with someone who valued me, not my bank account. But life has a way of looping back. One rainy afternoon, my phone buzzed with an unknown number. Against my instincts, I answered. Edward, a raspy voice. Jason, my grip tightened. "What do you want?" A shaky breath. "I'm sick." Part of me wanted to hang up. Another part, recalling us as kids, hesitated. "What kind of sick?" "Cancer advanced." His voice was soft, stripped of its old bravado. "Linda's gone, took the kid. I've got nothing." I could have said, "I warned you." Could have laughed. Instead, I surprised myself. "What hospital?" The room reeked of antiseptic and remorse. Jason looked aged, frail under thin blankets. His eyes widened as I entered. "You came." "Not for you," I said, placing a bag of groceries down. "For me to end this chapter." He nodded, tears forming. "I'm sorry for everything." I believed him, but some scars run too deep. "I'll cover your medical bills one last time, not because you deserve it, but because I deserve peace." He sobbed. "Thank you." I turned to leave. Goodbye, Jason. At his funeral 6 months later, I stood at the back. Linda wasn't there. Neither were my parents, who'd passed the year before, their obituaries short and unremarkable. A nurse handed me a folded note from Jason's belongings. "Tell Edward I tracked every penny. He'll understand." I did. The boy I'd once bought ice cream for, the brother who'd sworn to repay me when he made it big, had finally kept his word. I burned the note in the parking lot, the ashes scattering like the family we'd never been. A message to you, our audience. This story explored family, betrayal, and redemption. If it resonated, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tap the notification bell to stay updated on our compelling stories. Your support helps us share more real-life dramas like this. Leave a comment below. What would you have done in my shoes? Could you forgive? Let's talk about it.